Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Factorio, sending supporters to space. And we're pretty much where we left off. I've cleared a few trees with some poison. I've also brought down our stone brick line and our advanced circuit line so we can start on the furnaces for production packs right away. And a couple other things I want to cover really quick. And you might have seen it there for a quick second if you were really paying attention when I opened the crafting menu. There's been an update to our sending supporters to space mod. Can is doing some awesome work on it. Just really amazing changes that I didn't even ask for them. It's kind of like the mod itself, right? It's like I didn't ask for them, but it's something that I would have actually wanted had I thought of it, which I didn't think of it. So he thought of it ahead of me. But essentially what he's done is he's now made it. It's a bit more expensive, but I mean, the scale we're going, who cares at that point? It's a bit more expensive, but I think it's a little more realistic. He's made it here so that we actually have to make a satellite with the token, and then we send the satellite into space rather than just sending some like random token into space. We take the token and we then take a satellite and we combine them to get a YouTube subscriber satellite, a Twitch follower satellite, Patreon satellite, or a Patreon Plus satellite. And we then send those into space. So that's kind of a cool addition. I really like that he's done that. It makes a bit more sense. Yeah, I really like that. Also, you may notice the name's changed. Our name here, I changed this to somebody who gave me a very generous amount of support and just like out of the kindness of their heart, but just had a small side request to have their name be launched first, and they'd asked to be the first YouTube subscriber, except that the way the mod works, I can't actually do that because there's not a list of YouTube subscribers. It just like generates, since we're using numbers, it just generates them numerically or whatever. So hopefully it's okay for you video game geek that I did you as a Patreon Plus token first, because that's really the only way I could do it. But anyway, moving on. We now can do production packs. Oh, also, I did install the the vehicle wagons mod, so we're gonna research that and we'll test it out once we get it. Pretty excited about that. Hopewell's updated this mod as well, our nuclear one, and just kind of rearranged some stuff. And yeah, still need him to make these 4 times as expensive. That seems like what you guys wanted for this, is to have the higher ones be 4 times the price. But yeah, so let's get started. We're gonna work on furnaces, I think, next. And we only need 5 assemblers for these, right? Because again, we're going for a base rate of 2 a second, but since these guys output 2 per cycle, then we only need to essentially make the intermediate items at 1 per second, because that's how many assemblers we have worth here. And electric furnaces only take 5 seconds, so we only need 5 machines with these, which is pretty good. So I'm gonna line these up. It's gonna come way over here, and I'm gonna line these up. I just kind of like having them aligned this way, and we need some lights. So it's a little dark in here. All right, should have grabbed some. I was just over at my little hardware store, but I forgot to grab some. And let's make some more. All these damn iron sticks. That should help at least a bit. Okay, so we need 5 of these guys. There we go. And these, again, are very straightforward. They just require 3 materials. So we'll just have 2 input belts, which I don't really have many belts. We'll have to go get some more. So 2 input belts and an output belt, which actually needs to go the other way. So that should be interesting. It's going to be a little bit spaghetti-ish, but that's okay. Yeah, I think... Am I happy with this? I don't know, I guess so. I'm gonna have to underground this. It may seem absurd. In fact, it probably is absurd. But this power pole lines up with this one, so I would rather underground it than to move the power pole. Yes, I know. Hey, some of us just like things certain ways. So I'm gonna tie this in here. There we go, those are gonna go there. And now we will just do that and run out of belt. Great. So we now can make these dudes. We need a vehicle wagon. You can use a winch to haul a vehicle onto this flatbed wagon and take it with you on your rail journey. And then the winch, while holding a winch, click a vehicle and then click a nearby vehicle wagon to haul the vehicle onto the wagon. Fantastic. We're going to have to go test that out. I'm really excited for how this looks, because it's, I think if I remember correctly reading it, the graphic was made by Yuki, I think, Yuki Industries, and he does some absolutely amazing graphics. Really, really mind-blowing graphics for that mod. So I'm pretty sure I read that that's who made it, made the actual graphic for the mod. On the mod itself, this Vehicle Wagons mod was made by somebody else, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I do want to get these done though, because I'm going to lose my train of thought otherwise. Okay, so what does it take? 10, 10, and 5. So unfortunately, it's going to have to share with something. Well, we have steel here already, and then we have these two close to each other, so I'm just going to have the brick and advanced circuit share belt, because they're already pretty much next to each other. So to do that, let's make some more of these dudes. So he's gonna go like that. Change plans. It's gonna go to this one. And the reason, right, that I'm sending the steel to this line is because it's the one that has its own belt. Okay, so I'm trying to think how to explain. So it only has, it's on its own belt, right? So there's only one material here, which means this inserter, the long-handed, which are slower than these fast-handed I'm going to put here. Its long-handed only have to grab one material worth, right? These fast ones will have to grab two materials, so it's better for them to be, for the fast inserters to do that rather than the long-handed. So that's why I'm putting the steel onto the far belt to kind of ease up the pressure on the long-handed guys, if that makes sense. And then this guy gonna come here. We'll just merge these like over here, wherever they went. Where are they? I lost them. Oh my goodness. I'm just like waving my mouse all over the place. Okay, let's bring this brick over. So we're gonna take you, and you're gonna merge. You're gonna, I can make up my dang mind on where I want stuff to go. He's gonna go like that, and then this guy. Okay, interesting. So this is actually gonna end up splitting down, which is fine. I mean, really doesn't make that big of a difference. So you are gonna go here, and I'm not really sure what. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, because we left a space. This is for a second red belt, and then there was a coal belt above this if we ever needed to run it down here. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, our fourth space. So that's what's going on here. See, so here's a coal belt, and there we go. So these guys are merged, and really, I mean, like I said, it's really straightforward. These furnaces, bam, these guys are done. Just some output here. Supplying them is an entirely different matter in regards to if we can actually keep up with this, but we'll find out. Pretty quick, I'd imagine. So there's that. You can see how fast it's chomping this. Now what? Now the assemblers. Yeah, see this? Oh dear. This is going to be pretty disappointing, I think. I may need to modify this a little bit. So these assemblers, I was thinking about it earlier today, and we only need one assembler machine. It only requires one, and we actually only need it to work 50%, right? Because again, and I keep reiterating this just so, you know, kind of people really understand, and also for myself, because it just helps me, you know, think about it, to say it out loud. We essentially need the production for 1 a second base rate production of the purple packs. So for these intermediate products, we essentially need to match 1 a second production. However, assemblers, much like gears and pipes and stuff, actually only take half of a second. So in, you know, whatever amount of time this would take, in 14 seconds, essentially, because, you know, we have in 14 seconds, we need to make 14 assemblers, right? 1 a second. In 14 seconds, we need to make 14, but we actually make 28 because these make every half second, which means we get 2 a second. So this thing actually only needs to run 50% of the time. Now, the point I'm getting to here is that, wow, we have no steel, apparently. Holy hell. Need to go upgrade my steel production. And we're going to need iron really soon, too. This patch is very much dwindling. Well, that's probably why I have no steel, because there's like 3 miners sending ore that way. Well, time to redo some of that in a minute. But yeah, so I was thinking, I could build this out fully to do everything. Like, I could build out all the gear machines and stuff I would need for it to run 100%, and then they would just, stop when they're not working, which is completely fine. But I'm going to take a little bit different route, and I'm actually only going to build it specifically to work 50%. Because with all these builds, I'm not going to expand these builds anymore, because there's probably no way I can even support these. So I'm never going to need it to do more than 50%, essentially. Again, because that's calibrated to this build, and I'm never going to expand this particular build. So these require 5 gears. Now, the gears take half a second as well. So it's I'm looking at either way, it's 5 gears. These guys, so if we wanted 1 a second, we would need 5 gear machines, because the gears take the same amount of time to craft as these. But we only needed 50%, so 2.5 gear machines. I'm going to round up. For production, it's almost always better to round up. So we're going to have 3 gear machines, and then we only need, 1.5 circuits every half second and 4.5 iron. Not that, can't really calibrate that necessarily, but what I'm going to do, I almost want to do this up here. Just so actually, I could do it in here, really. Could I? Because it needs to go over here. That's going to be some pretty crazy spaghetti. I could excuse me, I'm choking. Could actually run this belt down. Will this fit in here? That's the question. Will this work? Because we need an iron belt. We need a circuit belt. I'd really like to stick it in here. Let's try it. If it doesn't work, we can just move it. Pick it up and move it. All right. So that's going to be 1 gear machine. It's going to be that. That's going to be that. And that's going to be that. It's not going to work. It's not going to fit, I don't think. Unless I do it the other way. Unless I have that be a gear machine, that be a gear machine, and that be a gear machine. No, this is just not going to work. I need way more space in this. Okay. Alright, fine, I give in. I'll do it over here. I'm going to try to line it up again with this stuff. So, and there's actually a better method in which I could do this. So, like, I could go gear, assembler, gear, and then, like, yeah, gear, maybe. I don't know, this may just fail horribly. I'm not sure. I'm literally making this up as we go, guys. Like, I've not planned this out. The only thing I thought it was the ratio. I didn't plan out a build whatsoever. But I think I kind of like that. I kind of like just, see, 1 inserter is not going to be enough for this, though. So this needs 2 inserters. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it needs 2 on the input. What am I doing? I'm going nuts. All right, do that. Now we're gonna have to, the iron for this is gonna be a bit wonky. Of course I could put this like here, but that's just like, ugh, it's ugly. I don't like it. So that's gonna be some iron. Again, there's no way we're actually supporting this, I don't think. And I may have to adjust some belts, right? There's definitely gonna need to be some adjustment, I'd imagine. So, if you're sitting here, you're like, Sturm, you're nuts, this dude, you're crazy, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, maybe not, but we're gonna experiment, right? We're trying some stuff, and if it doesn't work, we'll move it around, we'll adjust it, and we'll learn some new stuff. Okay, so here's that, and then I really need to get that 4th line in. Of course, I don't really have the ore to support it at this point. And actually, so that's going to be 1. But then this thing needs iron itself. It actually needs a ton of iron. So what we're going to do then is we're going to have another iron line coming in here. I was unsure because I don't know what I was doing with that belt. All right, so he's going to come in here. And we're going to use a different split. Again, once I get 4 lines, I am going to do proper 4-lane split-offs. But first, I think I actually need another iron outpost, which I'll probably do on stream tomorrow. I'm getting out of work early tomorrow, so I will actually be able to stream. I know I wasn't able to Wednesday. Sorry about that for anyone who's looking forward to it. I had some stuff come up, but you know what happens. Oh, that's going to drive me nuts. Okay, well, so there's the iron. We need an output. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that. No, we're not. Change plans. Gonna do that. Now, we can make stack inserters. If we need to, we can make some stack inserters. I don't have them automated, but, you know, that's okay. And then you are gonna come in like this, because he only needs 3 circuits, right? So I think 1 fast inserter would be enough, because again, this is only running 50%. So essentially, we're only making 1 a second. Well, I mean, that is what we're doing, not essentially. That is exactly what we're doing. Well, what I'm saying is that we only need this to run at making 1 a second, right? If it were running full pace, I don't know if 1 inserter could insert 3 circuits every half second. So that was the point I was trying to make, and completely failed at it. So he's going to be circuits. Oh. Okay, so underground. Where are my circuits? Way back here. Jeez. Okay. And then we just need a splitter. I'm always out of this stuff. So split here, grab a belt, like so. Go up, so that's gonna be that, and then the output. Yeah, I'm really not sure what I want to do here. The output, we could do something along these lines. Actually, it may fit. See, and this is exactly why. This is why you gotta leave space, because I left space, and I'm now able to do really stupid stuff like this. I'd almost rather just send it up and around, but that's actually a huge distance, so never mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to underground him, and we're going to underground that. And really, because I know people are going to be thinking this and probably telling me if I don't, I really should utilize the full underground length. Like, if I'm going to do it, I might as well use the full length. This is going to underground through here. Again, this is not an issue because this is the top of our bus, I think. That's our other steel line. Okay, no. Our other steel line is underneath this one, and I never planned to put anything above this. So we are free from this belt up to run stuff for our production that's not part of the bus. So that's why I don't really have an issue with like running stuff just straight through here. Because it really doesn't interfere with anything at all. Now, for this case, I am actually going to do this. I'm not utilizing the whole thing, but... And then he's going to come over here. And that's going to be our production packs, pretty much. I mean, these things, you know, they're expensive as all hell, but they're pretty simple. So, we've got that. We just need to tag on some power here. So he's going to do that. Some lights would be absolutely fantastic. How about here and here and here? I love it. So, I mean, really, this is actually going pretty good. I mean, this thing... That's what I mean. Is it's not running full tilt because it needs 5 gears and, you know, whatever. But we don't need it to, you know. And it's not getting 9 iron every time it needs to. But, again, we only need 4.5 iron each time, essentially. So, I mean, this is certainly 1 a second, I think. Once that goes there, and if I had actually made this work... Wow, why are these not working? Oh, right, no steel. Of course, no steel. All right, well, there we go. So that's our production packs. Boom, done. Fantastic. I haven't tied them in anywhere, but I need to rearrange some miners because we're having a lot more steel problems than we are iron. So I'm going to rededicate some to send ore to the steel production. And we do still, like I said, we do have this smelter I haven't tied in yet, but that's fine. Steel is definitely a problem. We have like a fourth of our furnaces actually working. And then I want to play around with this thing for a little bit. And next episode, we will probably do some blue circuits. Because I want to save the outpost thing for on stream just because we just spent like I think like 4 out of the last 5 episodes. No, like 3 out of the last 5 episodes were outposting and stuff. So, you know, I don't want to try to flood things too much with that because I know you guys want to see some of it and it is fairly interesting sometimes, but I think too much of it is maybe not good. Because we hadn't actually, it's been quite a while since we had built stuff in the base. And on second thought, we're just like screwed. I really didn't realize how much iron we didn't have. Holy hell. Oh dear, guys. It's like the third time I've tried to pick this thing up. We actually just don't have like any iron. Wow, I have really munched through this patch. That is not good. That is not good at all. Shoot. Okay, well, let's turn this around, the whole thing for that. Let's tear up some of this belt. It's just needless UPS. Hey, we got some good uranium. You see that down there? I'm gonna go see how much we have. Okay, so this no longer needs a splitter. Oh, it's a power pole. So there's that. Let's see, tear him up, him. Wow, yeah, this iron patch went from pretty decent sized, like 4 episodes ago, to now almost nothing. Is really not good. Not good at all. We actually have, like, wow, geez, seriously. 41,000. Oh, we are screwed. Wow, that's actually really good. 6 of this. I did not expect that much already. How much of this have we processed? Last 10 hours. Certainly hasn't been going for more than 10 hours. Production, we've mined 17,000, 17,500 of this. Consumed 16,000, that's not bad. Our power is doing okay. Our trains are still running. We really need an iron outpost, like right now. Right now we need an iron outpost. Anyway, let's go play. I want to go mess around with this thing, the cargo vehicle wagon. So our coal train is still doing its thing. Oh, this is something good to mention. In the last video, somebody had commented, and well, 2 people had commented. Can, or Romulus, I think is his YouTube name. He commented on if these splitters are actually necessary in terms of the way I'm doing this. They're not at all. And pretty much in my own world, you know, Xterm world, this was necessary. Really, it's probably just ridiculous. So there's the answer to that. And the other question was, somebody had posted, and this is a good question because a lot of people I don't think realize this. And someone else had asked, do you really need these 2 splitters on the end of a 4-way or 4-lane balancer? And I've seen so many people ask this or just flat out say that you don't need them, which is not true. Let me just very quickly explain this. I replied to the person and posted a picture, but if you didn't see it or something, I'm just getting distracted looking at these things actually work. In HD is amazing. But anyway, you do need these because what happens is that without these, right, it is still a count-to-count perfect balancer, right? But what happens if you don't have these? While it is still count-to-count perfect, it is not. It becomes throughput limited. Okay, so what that means is in certain cases, and I'm not going to demonstrate it right here because it will mess up all my stuff. But just check in last episode, episode 18. You'll see that Can posted the comment, and then someone else posted a comment asking about this, and I had linked a picture, and then Can also linked a GIF of it in reply to my thing. So there's multiple ways you can see it, but essentially, in certain conditions, without these last 2 splitters, you will not have full throughput. You'll be inputting like 4 full lanes and only be, you know, or inputting, say, for example, 3 full lanes. Let's just say you're only inputting 3, and you will only get out like half a belt on each one, even though you're inputting full belts, just because of the wonky way splitters work. So that's why these are here, because either way it's count to count perfect, but these allow it to be throughput unlimited, whereas without them it becomes throughput limited. So that's just a quick note there for anyone else who may have been wondering. Of course, it's nighttime right when I want to test this thing, but let's give it a go. So let's have this, and let's just say, can I make a cargo wagon just to test? So we're gonna have this, and let's say we want one of these. Oh man, so cool. This stuff, I love. I'm a pretty graphic visual-oriented person, so this type of stuff, I love this stuff. Okay, so we're gonna have our tank, and let's just say, you know, because the point of this for me is so that I don't have to, you know, take it out of my pocket, put it down, load it up with stuff, and then pick it up again, and then once I want to put it down again, I have to reload all the stuff. This should theoretically prevent that. So if we do that, and just for the hell of it, say we put some ammo in here, and I take my little doohickey while holding a witch, click a vehicle, and then click a nearby thing. So if I click that, oh, that is so cool. And look at that, this is so awesome. Like, this is just, I can just see it now, guys. I can just see it now. Once we get our huge engineering trains going, outpost trains, I'm just gonna have, you know, like, you know, these like 3 engineering trains or something, and they're just gonna each have like 2 of these wagons. We'll just be carrying, you know, a tank and a car around, maybe 2 tanks just in case. Oh, this is so awesome. So then if we just drive off, I mean, this is perfect. We just got a tank on the back. And I mean, this is like, that's the thing too, it's not like this is super unrealistic. I mean, this is a legitimate thing that, you know, you can put vehicles on wagons like this, or on flatbeds rather. And I really like the fact they did a flatbed instead of just having this like somehow fit into this thing. So if we get out, I don't know if I just do. Oh, so I just click it and he ejects and stays the same. Absolutely perfect, exactly what I wanted. Thank you guys for suggesting this mod, because I didn't know that there was a mod for this yet, and this is just fantastic. This is going to be so great. All right, anyway, I think that's going to do it. I'm probably over time, 26 minutes, actually right on the dot. So here you go. We got production packs finished. We got our vehicle wagon all figured out, and we realized that we're pretty much screwed on iron for the moment. So we'll have to figure out what to do there. But anyway, that's going to do it for this one, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'd love to hear thoughts you have down below, or any questions you have as well are always great. I will answer them if I can. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.